Did Britney Spears make a horrible mistake by selling her catalog? We got to talk about this and more, but before we get into it, hi, messy besties, and welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new here, the whole vibe is pop culture, messy besties. We're just kind of having a great time together and keeping each other company. I am so grateful and thankful to be here with you all, and so grateful to get into this because I am very like confused, concerned, bombarded. I don't even know if that's a damn word, but I feel bombarded, bitch, okay? Because Britney Spears selling her catalog, what exactly does this mean? Yesterday, I was on another little tune, I was like, okay, girl, well, it's just a new beginning. This is going to be great. This is fabulous for her. Now I'm seeing so many comments and I'm seeing so many people talk about it, and I'm like, what does this actually mean? So listen, like I said, if you're looking for a chill place to just hang out and, keep each other company, please hit that subscribe button. It would help me out so much. I hate when people do that. I'm like, oh, good job, bro. Listen, okay, so I, first of all, had to do a lot of research. I saw a lot of videos. I read a lot. I saw legal documents. I went on ChatGPT. I went on Google. I saw a bunch of videos, and I think that I finally cracked down what this actually means. And it's not what a lot of us think, okay? Okay, more information about Britney Spears selling her catalog for over $200 million. Now, there is so much confusion. I had to ask ChatGPT, I had to Dora the Explorer the internet, and I found this from Lifted by Logan. Left a comment, and I wanted to read it to you guys because I found it so interesting. It says, for everyone confused about why Britney sold her catalog, here is the breakdown. Number one, it wasn't a money grab. It was an escape during the 13-year conservatorship. Britney was the only one working while her father and lawyers took percentages of her gross earnings. By the time it ended in 2021, she'd paid over $30 million in legal fees. Even as recently as 2024, she was forced to pay another $2 million just to settle her dad's final legal bills. Selling her catalog for $200 million finally refills her bank account and wipes the slate clean forever. She can still tour. Selling her rights means she traded future small royalty checks, streaming radio, for a massive lump sum now. She doesn't have to pay a fee to sing her own hits. The venues handle the license. She keeps 100% of her tour profits from tickets and merch. The residency trap is over. The Vegas residency was a cycle where she was forced to work to pay for the people controlling her. With $200 million in the bank, she never has to work again. If she does the UK-Australia tour with her son, it's because she wants to, not because she's contracted to a casino. She's a CEO now. She still owns her book royalties, her massive fragrance empire, and any new music she releases. The sale was her buying her own freedom so she can finally live on her own terms. She's not selling out. She's finally cashing out of a system that used her for decades. Thank you, Lifted by Logan, because I was so confused. Now, I also asked ChatGPT. I sent Chat all of the legal things, and it gave me a really good kind of insight. It says, think of it like selling a house. You get a huge lump sum payment up front, like hundreds of millions, but you don't collect rent from the house anymore. But here's the part people misunderstand. This does not mean Britney disappears or can't sing her songs or gets zero money forever. Usually these deals still allow the artist to perform their songs, release new music, and sometimes they still keep small percentages of approval rights. The company just owns the business side now. So no, it's not she gets nothing over ever again. It's more like she chose to get one gigantic check now instead of smaller checks for the next 30 years. It's been reported that she would get about $1 million in streaming a month, so like $10 million a year. So now she just get that huge lump sum, and now she gets to move on. Does that make sense? Now, this is the part I don't like. I read that Britney's likeliness and image or whatever, that's also been bought. So I don't know what that means. So I'm just kind of confused about the whole thing, but I love what this says. Given our conservatorship history, this actually makes a lot of sense. Putting the catalog under professional publishers secures how the songs are handled long term and keeps it from turning into a family or estate power struggle someday. Her family can't touch her songs now. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? It's a little confusing, but I also kind of understand. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Britney Spears sells the right to her entire music catalog. So many of you have DM'd me. Let's talk about it. Now, she sold to Primary Wave, and I actually know Primary Wave, and they're actually very good people. And it's interesting that she sold, it looks like 100%, because typically Primary Wave does not like an artist to sell 100% of their stake because they want to work with the artist and build growth together. Anyway, she sold for an estimated $200 million. That means her catalog was bringing in about $10 million a year. Music catalog typically have a value anywhere from like 13x to 20x multiple. So if you take her earnings about $10 million a year times, I'm guessing a 20 multiple, that's my guess, anywhere from 18 to 20, so her catalog was doing anywhere between $10 to $11 million a year. Now, what exactly did she sell? So, Britney did not write any of her hit songs. So the publishing, as I always say, Gardner Publishing does not belong to her. That's totally different. She sold the royalty stream to Primary Wave. So now they get paid. The master, the vocal, her voice, kind of like Whitney Houston, right? Saying, "I will always love you." Imagine if Whitney sold that version to Primary Wave, but Dolly Parton wrote the song. There's two parts to each song. Remember that. So Britney sold the royalty stream to all of her hit songs to Primary Wave. Now going forward, they are going to get paid, and she gets $200 million before taxes. Here's something really interesting. So she sold it, right? Let's say that Primary Wave wants to use one of those songs, film, TV, commercial, on a sync license, right? Anytime a song is used in media for a specific purpose, they would have to go to the songwriter. Let's say like, oops, I did it again. I believe Max Martin and one other songwriter wrote that song. I don't remember his name. And so they would have to get permission from them first in order to use that song in commercial or any other media use. It's interesting that she chose to sell right now because music catalogs are increasing at a crazy rate. I mean, Stephen's catalog is going up 10 to 15% a year. You cannot get that in an investment firm at all if you try to invest your money. So it's crazy. Do I think that Primary Wave is going to try and buy the publishing, the songwriters portion? I think they will in the future because you want full control. The master is just half. You have the publishing and the masters, you're golden.
Really explained it a lot better. I mean, this has caused quite a lot of anxiety because a lot of people see this as it's over. Like Britney Spears is done. Like there is no more Britney Spears. There is no more Britney singing. There's no more Britney nothing. Okay. And that, of course, caused me a lot of anxiety because I saw Justin Bieber selling his music catalog and, seeing him have this major comeback with his new 2 albums and Coachella and the Grammys and this and that. And now he owns all of that. I'm like, okay, girl, that actually, it makes a lot of sense. It's good. He's still around, right? And he's, you could argue he's bigger than ever. But with Britney, because we're so unsure of her future and what is it that she wants to do, it was very alarming that this might be really the end for Ms. Britney Spears. But I actually feel a little more optimistic because I really like what it said about it. Consider this as her estate, her music can never be touched by the wrong hands again. And she cannot be touched by the wrong hands again. Now, there are a lot of people saying that they also bought her likeliness, her image, her this, her that. That worries me. But because I'm reading it in a different way from these different people, it makes me a lot more calm. And I think as much as I want to be Delulu and I want to believe that Britney wants to come back, what if she doesn't want to come back? And this is seriously her way of saying, girl, I just want to get rid of it, girl. I just want to collect my money and live a good life. I'm afraid to admit that that might be it, But I'm also thinking, what if she just really wants a fresh start? That's what I said yesterday. I said, what if she just wants a fresh start? What if she just wants to live in a way that she doesn't have to look in the past again? And I explained this yesterday. I said, it's like it's something that causes you so much pain and trauma, and singing those songs or listening to those songs or being around that brings you back and triggers those memories, you don't want to be around that. So I'm looking at it as a hopeful thing. I'm glad she got good money for it. I hope it's more than $200 million because, quite frankly, her music catalog is a lot bigger than Justin Bieber's. Sorry. And I hope she got a really good business manager, financial advisor, and just a good team around her to help her manage that money, and that no one can touch that money except her. And so we'll see how it goes. We're still looking forward to the biopic. We're still looking forward to, her second book that she said she's writing. We're still looking forward to hopefully new Australian and UK tours. We're still looking forward to all of that. The Copacabana festival thing, that's a fucking lie. That shit never was gonna happen. I told you guys, I think it was announced that Shakira might be doing it, so I'm just over that. But I think there's still a lot to look forward to, but Britney just has to get that kind of spark again in her that wants her to do things. So I hope this explained a little bit more. I'm still a little, like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of Britney fans have really bad feelings about this, but I just gotta trust that Britney knows what she wants. And at the end of the day, you guys, if Britney just doesn't want to do this anymore, then Britney girl, don't do it no more, honey. You have my 100% support. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you all. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Mwah. Bye.